Hi, this is Sherri. I'm coming at you from For Angels Whisper in the Garden of White Lace Inn. This is my last day. I had a client ask me to come, a client that comes and actually stays at the White Lace Inn, and she asked me to come do the reading for her in the garden before I left. So I didn't think I was going to come back, so I thought, I'll do my reading here for us as well. The first totem, my messenger that I want to speak to you about, I saw him yesterday. My soul Uncle Phil and I went waterfall hunting and hiking out in the down by Green Bay, I think I was. And I asked for a message, and as the messenger, the red hawk was the animal that came to me first upon awakening. And right then when I asked for a message, I was asking for something specific. A red hawk flew above us and it landed over on a sign. And I said, what do you think that means? He landed on a sign, like a big road sign. And there wasn't any message or meaning on the sign. There was nothing there. So it was literally, I guess, I'm going to bring you a message. So stay alert. So literally 10 minutes later down the road, I said, I heard look up, and I looked and I saw this giant osprey. And osprey is related to the hawk. It's a raptor as well. They call it the diving eagle because it is the one bird that goes down into the water to get its fish. So the message from Osprey says, if you want your project or your endeavor to prosper or be successful, now is the time to dive in. That's the first message. The second message is, have things been overwhelming for you lately? Have you felt under the water, emotionally speaking? They're saying that it is possible for you to go under your emotional waters and still survive. You can make it, even though it's been difficult for you. Also, the osprey is related and has much to do with the solar energy. So it talks about the healing power of the sun. So I'm literally sitting, look where we're at in the garden right now, and the sun has just come over. I've been sitting kind of in the cool. It's a little bit breezy, and this was all shaded, but now the sun is coming. So they're talking about the importance of the healing power of the sun. And to me, my twin soul, the divine feminine is the moon goddess energy, and the divine masculine is the sun. So to me, it's a message about the healing power of the sun in my life. So, but literally, people, you can sit and you can do a sun meditation where you just kind of close your eyes and you look up to the sun, and then you allow the rays and the healing rays of the sun to work through and burn off whatever that you're trying to release, and to heal you. It's very, very healing. Also, as the osprey is related to the hawk, it's the same family. They're both messengers. So there's a special message. And considering I asked Spirit to give me a message, and then the hawk showed up, and then on the sign, and then I saw the osprey, what it's telling you is important information is pending. So there's something in the works right now, something going on that you're supposed to stay alert and pay attention. They're also saying pay attention to where the sun is. And that's when you get your message from Osprey, because they're related to the sun. They're saying pay attention to where the sun is in the sky, and that will bring a part of your message to you. So I took the Uncle Phil said, take your compass out on your phone and hold it up to the sun and see where it tells you, where it directs you. And so the sun was directed southwest. So I'm back out here in the Midwest, in the East. Southwest to me would be Sedona, where I want to go, but it's literally where I live. So that's where my focus is to go. And it's funny, I'm going home, but that's where my home is, where my heart is, and my heart is there. That's where my twin soul is. So that was a message. So for you, pay attention to where the sun is. Okay, so for our reading today, we're going to be, I did a reading, as I said, for my friend, and I used the Crystal Oracle cards. Here's Eloise. She's going to try and be nice to us again today. Let's hope she doesn't bite me. Hi, baby. That is a message, because remember before she bit us, and the message was that someone in your life might bite you. This shows that somebody is coming back. I've already gotten that message, and they're gonna either apologize or make up. So to keep your heart open and try and see through your eyes of compassion. Look at this. I'm very much a cat person. Hi, you can be nice to me. You're very beautiful. You're getting healed in the sun too. Okay, so allow the person, whoever it is, allow your heart to open for forgiveness. Look at this. Anyway, the reading that I did was the Crystal Oracle, but for you guys, I was given the Magdalene Oracle. But they're both by Tony Carmine Salerno, and I love Tony Carmine Salerno. You guys know this. I work with him a lot. He's definitely one of my favorite authors, and I hope I'm waiting for him to come out with a new deck, because I love it. So I love his work so much. Okay, so our first message, which I love, is miracles. So what they're saying is they're talking about something, and you see this tree. You know, I've had a lot about trees and horses this trip, but look at that. The sun is in the center of the tree. Now the tree represents family roots. It also represents something that has got a solid root. This is a very strong tree. There's the third eye above here. So this is a spiritual connection. Healing power of the sun. It's also the color of your sacral chakra, which is your seat of sexual energy as well as creativity. So these things are coming into play with this message. And what they're telling you is, I'm going to let you guys look around and see where we're at because it's so beautiful. It says that your determination and your commitment and the perseverance about something that you have believed in, it's about to pay off. Everything that you've worked towards, we're in the process right now of manifesting. And so what they're saying is, there's going to be a time for celebration. It's upcoming. We're moving into a time of celebration, but not to get carried away and not think your work is done. They're telling you don't. So it's not like they're cautioning you. You don't think that you can slow down or rest on your laurels. They're literally saying keep focused. You know, for everything that you wish to achieve, and look to the universe for it. Don't lose sight of what your original purpose was, your original intention. Keep that in mind. And keep in mind also that anything that you do, anything that you work towards should not only help yourself, but also should be serving the ones around you. And when you do this, the universe will bless you. When you're thinking of others as well as yourself, the universe will bless you, and they will also guide you and offer their assistance. You'll be helped along the way. We're never on our own, but especially when we're following our soul's path and in work of service, they're absolutely going to bless us. So they want you to visualize. They're talking about your work, your spiritual work, your path, whatever it is. Some people it's music, some people it's art. This is my path, what I do, teaching. So they want you to visualize yourself and your work influencing and reaching larger numbers of people. And they want you to imagine this happening with ease and in a way that's very comfortable and easy for you. Something that doesn't require effort. You know, it doesn't require any more effort to think big about things happening than think small. And the fact that it's a miracle, they're saying miracles are always possible, no matter what situation you find yourself in. So it doesn't necessarily have to be just about your path. It could be with whatever situation that you find yourself in your life. It just takes a minute, a second, and things can completely change. Miracles happen every day. They're only miracles to us because there's something that we find difficult to achieve or we can't see a way out. But to spirit, there is nothing that's a block. There's nothing that's in the way. They are, so miracles happen every day. And they're telling you that there's a miracle happening for you. So the next message we have, it's beautiful, is guardian angel. And you see her, she's very relaxed. And what she's saying is, she wants you to understand that there is no beginning, there is no end. To me, they're talking about death. And, you know, death is just an ending of something else and a beginning of, you know, out of one ending becomes a new beginning. So they're telling you that in the physical, things are born and then they die, right? There's a lifespan. But in the spiritual, nothing ever dies. So what on the surface, it's different. What we believe and what we see is actually different. If we delve into the spiritual aspect of everything, we realize that a different picture emerges. You know, we're always, my girlfriend just lost, the girlfriend that I stayed with last night, she just had lost her dog, her pet, and it was 15-year-old Ivan, and she said her whole life was shattered and he's gone. She doesn't want to go home to the home anymore without him, and she doesn't know how to move forward, and she's getting a new puppy today, but she's had a really difficult time with it. And I know others right now have family members that have passed also into spirit, also ones that are dealing with cancer and they have that mortality on their mind and they're worried about that. And we need to recognize that these ones are always with us. Spiritually, Erica's dog is with her. Our pets never leave us. They're always with us. They're our guardian angels, and that's why we got this guardian angel. So whoever in your life at this time has passed on, or it may be a pet or a person, or maybe somebody is just no longer in your life physically right now, they are with you as a guardian angel is what they're telling you at this time. And everyone is connected. Love is always there, and we're always spiritually connected and connected through our unconditional love. So they want you to not be sad anymore. They want you to smile and recognize that forever with you is the presence of the ones that you love. Time and space are the illusion. It's not real. This life is literally the dream that we're living. You know, whether spiritually or physically, it's all one eternal moment. It's all one connection, and we are all eternally connected, and we are never alone. And even when we feel the most alone, we need to recognize that that is when our spiritual team is with us. That is when our loved ones that have gone they become our spiritual team. Our pets, our family members, and spirit itself, archangels that are with us, they're always with us. We're never alone. So I find that really awesome, considering I was just with somebody who was really deeply grieving, and this is a very, very calming, peaceful message. So the next message we have is Magdalene, which is the name of this whole deck is speaking about Magdalene. And what she's saying is, she wants you to go forward and be true to who you are. They're asking you to be yourself, dare to be different. They want you to make what we call mistakes. Make mistakes. Mistakes are just opportunities to learn something and lessons that we learn. So they don't want you to be afraid of stepping out. They're asking you, it's almost like the Fool card, right? Taking a leap of faith, move forward, create. It's all about creation. You know, your sacral chakra, which is with the miracle card. And actually, look at the colors of all of these. They're all the colors of the sacral chakra are in here, which is your seat of creativity as well as your sexual energy. So what she's telling you is to create. Everything stems from your heart. Everything is moved to you by your soul. And she's telling you that there's a void that's wanting to be filled. The universe doesn't like a void. Whenever there's a void, they'll fill it. And so they want you to step forward with courage and strength, with where your soul is leading you. And reach for the light. Reach for the sun. You know, Spirit is leading you. And love, if you follow your heart, you follow your soul's path, it's going to lead you to the pastures. Green pastures is where your soul leads you. We must follow our soul's path, not following the path of what our family thinks that we should do, our friends think that we should do. Even sometimes our ego mind says this isn't realistic, or I should be more responsible. If your heart is calling you to do something, that is your soul's path, and they want you to follow this. So this is what Spirit's encouraging you to do. And our last card, this is we got this before, right before I came here, and we got it again. And this is talking about sacred sexuality. Now, interesting again, the color of your sacral chakra, right? And as again, the seat of your creativity, as well as your seat of your sexual energy, is your sacral chakra. So you see this couple in this embrace. It's an enraptured embrace. So what they're talking about is sexual energy. It's the strongest force because it's your seat of creativity as well as your sexual energy. This is the strongest force that we have on this planet as humans. This is what we possess, our sacred sexuality. This isn't just about having sex with somebody. This is a sacred union, sacred sexuality. It's also one of the most misunderstood energies. There's nothing wrong with sex. It's very, very powerful. It's very, very beautiful. It's what we were given as a blessing. And also to create. So when it's honored, your sexual energy, when it is honored, not just out sleeping with anybody that doesn't even matter. Like for me, there's a name for the people that there has to be a spiritual, physical, emotional, sacred connection for me before there would be any sexual activity happen. That's honoring your sacred sexual energy, and because it comes from the all extraordinary power of Spirit. It's given to us, and great achievements are possible when we learn to control our sexual energy. We can you can use upset anger, that powerful energy. That's energy to move and create. But sexual energy, the seed of creativity coming from the Creator, that is the most powerful way we can create in our lives. So once we learn how to direct that towards a particular situation or endeavor, the things that we can create are endless. And then, as we see here, the merging, sacred sexuality is the merging of two souls. This is the merging of twin souls, twin flames, twin souls. It could be a physical and a spiritual. It could be purely spiritual, like you could be, because it's not everyone that meets their twin flame or their twin soul in the physical reality. Normally, your twin flame is your guardian angel on the other side in spirit. But the ones that have met, that sacred sexual energy between the two, it is sacred. No one is allowed in that energy. That is something that you honor. So like I said, it can be a purely spiritual connection between you and your spiritual guide in spirit, or it can be a physical and a spiritual, meaning Clearly, when the twin souls come together, they're both fully awakened. So you're having a spiritual and a sexual merging happening. And you reflect one another. You're basically coming face to face with the feminine, which is the divine feminine, the moon goddess energy, with the divine masculine. It's the twins coming together, mirror to mirror, face to face. You're reflecting in one another, and you are basically the the yin yang, the accompaniment of all. So your mirror reflection, you're sitting there looking at your twin and you're feeling the energy between the two of you. It is all that you are and is all that you can be. It's the most profound bliss that comes from this union. And they're saying that soon, this is the union that you will soon experience. This profound sense of love and bliss. This is the meaning of bliss that you get. And like I said, if it's between you and your spiritual counterpart, it's still this feeling of this bliss that comes. But if you have the physical and the spiritual, there's nothing like it. Nothing compares to the bliss that you have when you come face to face with your twin. The energy that I felt with my twin soul, I've known him 19 years, and I knew it instantly when I connected with him energetically, and it spanned all this time, and we've had our paths to go on. Twins don't come together until they have fully completed their past karma. And I literally came back here to shut the door on past karma, and my twin's with me the whole time. He comes to me as the Black Panther, and he's shown up on this trip. And so you're fully connected, you're always connected, and the energy is, I can't explain it, and no one is allowed in his energy. So I will say this to you, this is a personal thing, but I have certain men will speak to me on my page and they want to write to me privately, and I don't write to men privately. If I don't know them, if they're not my friend, if I'm not doing a spiritual reading or work, I don't want to write to you privately. It's not appropriate. As far as I'm concerned, it's inappropriate. No, that is allowing another male energy into my twin space, and it's not allowed. He calls me babe. That's a name. It's not just, he calls me babe. Somebody called me that, and I had to be quite forceful, and I didn't mean to be rude. I don't want to be rude, but I need to set boundaries and make it very clear. That is not allowed. That is for him alone. It's sacred. So that needed to just be said because I've had to deal with this recently. So what they're telling you is this energy, this is what's going to come. You're about to have this incredible connection, and they want you to honor it because it truly is sacred. There is nothing like what you're about to experience. And I feel very honored myself that I've had this connection and I've been able to meet my twin soul in this life. So that is it. That is our reading. I'm wrapping things up. I'm just wondering if my ride is actually here. This is my Papa Terry, my soul family, and I think he literally is showing up here a little early. But I wanted to see, when I went yesterday on this hike with my soul uncle Phil, my soul family incarnated here. It's a trip. But when we went on this, out my cards. I'm gonna let you guys look around. You have to look at me. It's so pretty. When we went on this hiking trip yesterday, I thought that I would see a lot of animal messengers. I mean, we were way out in the country, right? You know, and I didn't see anybody. I saw the hawk. The hawk showed up, and then I saw the osprey, which was an amazing beast. I mean, the osprey is probably, I would say, like 1.5 feet tall. He was beautiful. You've got to look him up. He's white feathers. He's incredible. So we saw that. But then we go into the forest and nothing. We didn't even see birds. We didn't see anything. And finally we saw one animal, and I'm going to see, I just saw him just now. It was a red squirrel. And I should have looked up the information for red squirrel, and I didn't. But I just saw one, and I asked Uncle Phil, I said, I haven't seen red squirrels. He ran across up here to the front. So I'm going to see if we can catch him. But the red squirrel, he said, it's indigenous to this area. They're in this kind of where there are cedar trees, you'll see red squirrels. Now we see gray squirrels where I'm from, and in colder climates you see the black squirrels. So there are black squirrels around here. I haven't seen any. But just now I saw a red squirrel, and the red squirrel talks about, there he is. Oh, it's a gray squirrel. It's a gray squirrel. Okay, so the gray squirrel talks about preparedness, getting prepared, get busy. See, there he is. Ooh, I love them. I just love them. I hope you guys can see. I know that I can't zoom in, so I'm going to kind of chase him a little bit. It talks about get ready and prepare yourself. Get ready for big changes. We are going into winter time, so he's running around getting the nuts and the different things that he's going to store. So it talks about get rid of things that have outworn their usefulness, and that means people, energy, things around your house physically. Clear out what you no longer need and that is no longer useful for you. It's all about getting prepared and ready. And also, there, look at the big fat tail. Oh, you're so sweet. Hi. Isn't that the prettiest? I don't know what you guys think about squirrels. I think they're beautiful. Hi. Oh my gosh. Hi. Hello. You are beautiful. Oh my goodness. I was excited. I'm excited that I got that close. So get ready for big changes. Prepare for big changes. Get rid of what you don't need. Get things ready that you do need. Squirrel also talks about, I think I've told you guys this before, I have, talks about they're always gathering nuts. They're very, I'm a squirrel energy. Squirrel, they're very erratic. They run around, they chatter, they're friendly. They have no idea how many nuts they have. Half the nuts they drop, which bring up bushes and plants and trees that grow from the nuts that they drop. So it talks about the work that you have been doing. You may not even recognize how you've affected people in your lives, in a positive, in their life, in a positive way. And they're showing, you know, you're so busy going on with your life that you don't realize that you have touched people and you have affected them. And so they're saying that people may come forward now at this time to let you know what you've done for them in ways that you didn't even recognize. Also, it talks about, are you collecting things that you don't, because they only remembered, what is it? They lose most of the nuts that they have, and they only find about 10% of the nuts for their own use. So don't gather more than you need. That's where they're saying get rid of what you don't need. What else are they telling us? Your energy. Is your energy, are you expending your energy in ways that is not beneficial to yourself? Are we still running? Yes, we are. Because they're running around, you know, all over the place erratically. So try and get yourself grounded. And where's one? The best, I'm going to go over here. People are going to think I'm nuts. There's people in the garden, but I don't care. Best way for you to get yourself grounded is to get out, walk in nature. And if you can, I've got boots because this is how I came dressed for the cooler weather. It's really not that cool right now. It feels pretty good. It's probably like 65. But walk barefoot if you can. But the most powerful things that you can do is hug a tree. Like literally hold onto the tree and imagine roots growing down into the ground. These are your roots, and pulling you down, anchoring down on the other side of the planet and get you firmly grounded. And I need to get grounded. I've needed to get grounded this whole trip. And I think I kind of finally am, and I'm just getting ready to go home to California. So those are the things that come forward. So that's it. I'll give you one more span. It's so incredibly beautiful here. I feel very blessed. Count your blessings. The more we are grateful for every little thing that we have, the more Spirit will bring to us. So it's a way of manifesting. And you don't do it in order to do that. You do it because you're grateful. So clearly you're not going to be manifesting if you're manipulating things, right? So be grateful for everything and say thank you for every little thing. And when things are going wrong in your life, find something that is going right. If everything else in my day was wrong, I was late, there were misunderstandings, whatever, I can still look up and see that is the bluest sky with the contrast of these bright orange leaves. That is so incredibly beautiful. How can I not be grateful for that? For the fact that I'm standing on 2 healthy legs. My poison ivy is gone. Thank you, God. There's so many things that you can be grateful for. Focus on that. So take your focus off of the negative and put it onto the positive. So that's it. I'm going to have to wrap this up because I have to upload this for you guys before I get on my airplane and fly out of here. So over and out from Sturgeon Bay in the White Lace Inn, Wisconsin, and we will speak again soon. Blessings, loving, light.